So I think everybody's pretty much seen the allegations and everything against Rich. If you haven't, I would suggest to just check our Twitter. And, you know, we've obviously addressed this ourselves. This came to our attention yesterday, and as soon as we pretty much found out and, you know, looked into it and saw what was going on, we had Rich resign from the org, and Rich is no longer a part of OTK.
That's fast.
Effective yesterday.
That is fast. That's very fast.
The reason I'm going to be talking about it, probably more than anybody else that is in the that's in the org, is because the truth is, Rich, like he said, was, you know, my friend, and I want to talk about it on a personal level.
It was,
and I want to say a couple of things that I've just really got to say something about. I mean, it was a big shock to me. I think it was a shock to everybody. It's hard for me to process what's been going on. And I understand that for a lot of people, you all who might have been fans of Rich or Allcraft, you might have felt that way too.
Jeez. It's like really going through it.
I want to say one thing, though, before I go any farther. You are not on our team. You are not helping us. You are not doing us any favors or doing anyone any favors by calling a girl that comes out and tells this kind of a story a liar.
I like that. That is because you can tell that he's actually putting thought into this, and this is obviously really emotional for him. But the fact that Asmongold is still like, hey, don't do what you're doing, because if you guys saw the video, I've seen that too. People are just coming out like calling her a lie, calling her this, questioning her. Why does she wait? Just being complete just dickheads about it. So I think it's a really good for him to start off on that note.
I read a lot of the comments on Twitter, etc. And I saw a lot of people that were saying that it wasn't true, that she's making everything up. Please do not do that. This is... You are not our fan. You're not on our side. We are on their side. That's why Rich is gone.
That's very good. That's strong. That's very good.
Do not do this. I understand trust but verify. Makes sense. Everybody deserves to get their side of the story out. But whenever you just automatically discredit one side, you're not looking for two sides. You're looking for the other side.
Damn, dude, I like that. I mean, this is just valid points. This is a lot better than that other apology video I saw. This isn't even really apology video, but like, yeah, he's exactly right. That's why, like, when I posted my other video, I had no comments to say. I just left it as it was because I didn't know everything. Obviously, Asmongold would know more than I would. So the fact that he's saying this, that he's the one saying, you know, we are on her side, there's, at the very minimum, some truth to her allegations.
Please do not do that. And call yourself a fan of mine or anybody in the org. The second thing I want to say is that if anybody is in any way responsible for this, it's me. I knew Rich more than anybody else. And because of that, if you feel like you've been betrayed and you've been led to believe something that's not true, please don't take this out on any of the other people in our org, any of our employees, any of the people that we work with. Let me tank it. Direct your hate at me. And the third thing I want to say is that I read everything. I also know a few other things as well. This is not drama. This is not getting canceled. These are crimes. I don't want people to go in and call this is drama. It's not fucking drama. This is serious. It is as serious as it gets. I took action as soon as I could. And
now this makes me wonder, because this is a stark difference between what's happened here and how the investigation with Mizkif went. If you guys don't know, Mizkif is also part of OTK, and he was involved in some way, shape, or form with covering up other SA allegations. And he took a leave of absence. And then he came back like a few weeks later, like nothing happened. And I think he was even making jokes about it. But I didn't really see Asmongold do anything with that. So I don't know if that was like kind of like a different part of the company, but this is a marked difference in how they're handling this. And this is a much better improvement.
I don't know. Just fucking sucks, man. Fucking sucks. I don't even want to talk about how it's made me feel, because I think that takes attention away from the actual people who are the victims here. It'll take me a while to get over this, but I will get over it. I learned last year that I can get through anything. It doesn't matter.
What really sucks here is that you can like tell this is not like, I don't think Asmongold's a good actor. So I don't think he's just putting on performance. I feel like he's legitimately distraught over this. Like, this was a person who he saw as a friend, who committed an act that is so reprehensible that we can't even say, we abbreviate to SA. And now he has to take on the onus as both like the owner of the company, or part owner of the company, and like also his friend. But like, that's gotta suck.
I can take it, I can deal with it. So if you want to give somebody support, give the people who are brave enough to come out and tell their story whenever they're being attacked by people who think that they're doing me or somebody else a favor. Please do not do that.
Oh, by the way, the person he's talking about, I'll put their thing in the video so you know who they're referencing. So don't worry about that. But I don't want to take away from how he's delivering it, but I'll put that in there too.
I don't know what else I can do. If there's anything that you guys would like to see me do, I'm open for suggestions. I feel there's a part of me that feels a genuine sense of guilt. And I'd like to do something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I can do. But,
honestly, there's nothing else you can do short of like reaching out to the victim. If they're responsive to that, then, you know, either sending them some kind of aid. It could be, I don't know, monetary, it could be emotional, it could be just like an acknowledgement. Like, obviously this video in itself is an acknowledgement, but it could be like a person, like one-on-one acknowledgement. But I don't think you can do anything else here. Like, I feel like you're doing enough. But then again, I'm not the victim, so I mean,
that's what's been going on. And you know, you have a situation like this and you go through every message, every interaction you have, and you always wonder, like, oh, maybe, like, maybe should I have known something different, or should I have, you know, been able to, like, perceive some sort of thing? And there's just a lot of things that go through my head. And I'm going to be a bit shook for this for a while. But I thought that it was right for me to come out and address this directly to you guys and to our fans and viewers and everything. And just echo what, you know, we said in our statement, is that we share in your disappointment. It sucks. Again, Rich is completely out of the org. That's it. Yep.
well, like I said, that's kind of how you have to do it. I mean, I honestly think they are handling this a lot better. It was the minute the news broke and they go aware of it, it was immediate action. There was no delay between the action, the consequence was severe. You lost your position in the org. You already put out commentary on that via your official channels. You're also doing it on your own personal channel. Like that's, I think, as far as I guess creator-owned organizations go, that's pretty much all you can do, right? This is not the same exact thing, but like even with the Try Guys thing, like that's kind of the playbook. Like you get out in front of it, you acknowledge it, and you let everyone know that it's been handled. And besides the fact of doing that, you have real contrition. Like you actually feel guilt, even though you're not the one personally responsible for it. He was still your friend, so you were actually like that. Makes you like a human being. Like I don't think there's any better way you can handle this.
I'm pretty sure I feel like I've said everything that I've wanted to say. Again, two things I want to just reiterate one more time is that if you go and you are messaging these girls trying to cast aspersions, cast a shadow of doubt, and
you know what, in hindsight, I'm not going to put the person information out on here because I don't want that to be seen as like, here's the person making these allegations, and I want it to seem like it's any sort of like me dogpiling, so I'm not going to do that.
Make them feel bad for coming forward with what their story is. You are not our fan. You're not my fan. You're not doing us any favors. You're not on our team. You're not helping us. You're not helping anyone. Do not do that. If I see people doing that in my chat, I will ban them. I think everybody should do the same. Also, again, OTK has a lot of employees. We have other people like, you know, like our other talent that are on the org.
Yeah,
too,
I would have mentioned
streamers.
names by.
They know nothing about this. They have nothing to do with this. Even other owners. If you feel like shit, like something wrong, bring it to me. Bring it to me directly. And yeah, let me tank it. I can
See, but here's the thing, I don't like that either, because like, yeah, he's taking responsibility for this, but he's at the end of the day was not the one who did that, so he should not be putting on so much of it on himself to where he doesn't want any fang for this directed towards anyone else in the organization, just directly at him, unless he knew while it was happening and covered up, which I'm not saying he did. I do not think he did that, but unless he knew that, there's no reason for him to want to tank all of this by himself. Like, Rich made his bed, he should be the one dealing with it. Even though his resignation alone doesn't mean he's now absolved of any sort of fallout. Like, he should be the one getting all the fallout. If anything, Asmongold should be the one a little bit deflecting because he's not the one who did it. I don't know if we created an environment where Rich thought he could do it, but like, he did not make him do that. So while he should accept some responsibility, which he is, I feel like he's accepting way too much of it.
can deal with it. And so
but it's not about him being able to deal with it.
I encourage any of the people that were affected by Rich and any of these things to seriously consider legal recourse. And of course, if that happens, I will comply in any way I can, limited as it may be. Again, this is not drama. These could be actual crimes. So, I think that's about all I have to say. I'm going to be honest. I think that's about it.
Yeah, you definitely deserve a drink after that.
I can't answer 100 different questions. I don't want to do that because obviously I don't want to compromise other people's.
I would say this too, like him doing this while on stream is like look at his mood, and if we look at the chat, there's just people. Some of them said, "Are you playing Elden Ring? when someone said what kind of down news is that, this one just wrote, "This is why you don't worship content creator." Like it's this chat also kind of works into like, I think that mentality of why some of these people think they can do the things they do. Because you have these people where it's just like, who gives a shit? When are you gonna play this game? When are you gonna do that? So it's like, oh, they don't care what I do as long as I entertain them. And I'm like, this is the man trying to get a point across about a serious allegation that was made about a serious crime. And you want him to, you know, play Elden Ring.
Privacy or anything like that. I think that,
like, if someone says like if you go back here, it says XQC live. Here, let me go back. It says XQC live right here, and another person writes about, can you talk about Lord of the Rings for a minute?
That I think that,
like, some people are thanking him,
you know, obviously,
and then it's like, you know, getting a hug, whatever. And I know I should be focused on that because I can see that because this is a recording.
We'll see what's going to happen.
But it's wild.
I think that's what happens with.
It's wild that someone could be talking about a serious thing as something as serious as you can get, and these responses are just like, you need a real Coke right now, Asmon. Oh, it's like, you know, play Elden Ring. It's such a bizarre dynamic.
That's the way it goes with almost anything, and I just hope that I hope everything's okay. I mean, that's really all there is to it. Take the day off. I mean, and I understand there are some people that have questions, and I don't want to go through and explain everything because, again, a lot of these things are very serious, and I just don't want to do that. I want to just let the evidence and everything speak for itself. I don't want to make assumptions or anything like that. So don't just tank it alone. I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
No, really don't tank it alone.
So yeah, that's about it. I appreciate all you guys being supportive of me and everything too. Obviously, I've seen a lot of the messages you all have sent me, etc., and I really appreciate it. Obviously, it's been comforting, and so thank you to everybody. That's about it. I mean, I'm not really sure like what exactly I'm gonna do today. I have no idea. But
oh, so he did this on the top of his stream then. So he's starting off his stream this way.
Yeah, that's about it. And in terms of, like, I know a lot of people will want to make like comments about this or say stuff about this. I understand like people want to process things, but I'm gonna try to avoid like any of the like memes or stuff like that. I don't want to deal with that. To be honest, it just, yeah, I don't want to deal with it.
That was a lot. That was but honestly, I feel like I was saying in the video, that was handled so much better than their previous stuff. Because again, this wasn't OTK's first time facing some kind of controversy related to the same subject. Earlier this year, it happened with Miskit, and I feel like that was just mishandled completely. But this one is, they clearly learned from that, and there was immediate action. I do feel bad for Asmongold though. I don't think he should be the one that becomes like the face of this, right? Because he wasn't the one that did this. It should be on Rich Campbell, not on Asmongold. But because he wants to tank all of it, I think this is going to have more of a backlash on him than it should. When it really should focus on Rich. But more importantly, it should be focused on the victim. There are either one or two victims involved in this. And like I said before, I'm not going to put their names on the video. I've already talked about this in a previous video, but they're the ones who should be getting the support. I do want to mention them, but I know how the internet works. I know if I send the guys to support these people, I know it's not going to all be that way. And I'd rather just send no in that direction than even just have like one person trying to call them out. Because I've saw their Twitter, and it is a lot of people doubting them. Because a lot of people always doubt what women say. We always doubt when victims speak up. And then we wonder why victims don't speak up. This isn't a game. This isn't someone lying about, you know, cheating in a video game or whatever. This is like serious allegations. And anytime serious allegations are made, especially by women, they are almost always dismissed. They're lying. They want money. This person wouldn't do that. Why did they wait so long? Why here? Why now? This is all these things. That's why I'm really glad that he said at the top of his video, don't do that. You should not be doing that. No one should be doing that. We need to create spaces for victims to feel like they can be heard and come out and feel safe. And as a gaming community across the board, we do not do that. So that's why I'm not going to put their names out there. But if you are already aware of who they are and you do send them hate, like Asmongold said, you're not a fan. You're not on their side. You're on the wrong side.